Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. The State Council Office discusses the draft law of protecting personal data and complete the e-legislative system. An agreement is signed with Oracle Cloud Data Services Company to build and provide a cloud infrastructure system. And the Ministry of Health announces 1,318 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 as the Sultanate launches the National Serological Survey on COVID-19. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent cable greetings His Excellency President Milo Đukanović of the Republic of Montenegro on the occasion of his country's National Day. The State Council Office discussed the draft law of protecting personal data, which was forwarded by the Council of Ministers. The members of the State Council affirmed on the importance of the draft to complete the e-legislative system. During the discussions, the members pointed out that some of the data are very important as they related to the national security and economic interests. The session also dealt on the financial statements of the individuals, which represent around 75% of their transactions. The discussion also focused on the importance of protecting these statements from any security breach, whether from inside or outside the Sultanate. The session was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandhari, Chairman of the State Council. Oman Information and Communications Technology Group signed an agreement to build and provide a cloud infrastructure system with Oracle Cloud Data Services Company. And we have a report on that. Right.
To build and provide a cloud infrastructure system in the Sultanate, Oman Information and Communications Technology Group, OICT, signed an agreement with Oracle Cloud Data Services Company. The Sultanate is the first country in the world to use such an Oracle system, enhanced with the best features that respond to future needs at suitable cost-effective rates that are commensurate to the volume of market requirements in the country.
Today is a historic day for the Sultanate, and for the first time in the history of the Sultanate of Oman, we have signed with the international company Oracle for its cloud services, and this is part of the strategy of the Oman ICT group. And this is the first step in working towards a sustainable economy in the Sultanate, and it's dependent on technology based.
The Ministry of Technology and Communications and OITC Group will undertake the responsibility to urge public and private institutions to benefit from cloud services instead of continuing to utilize traditional systems.
This is also dependent on the fourth industrial revolution, which is a very important part of our strategy. And we believe with Oracle Cloud Services, we will be able to achieve many of the pillars that the Oman ICT Group is based on. And this is the first step in the right direction, not only for Oman ICT Group, but for the Sultanate as a whole, especially that we should be focusing more now on the fourth industrial revolution technologies to have a sustainable economy.
This project aims to support government and private institutions to keep pace with technological and technical progress in e-services and set up platforms capable of hosting digital innovation services like blockchain, artificial intelligence, big data, and high-performance computing.
We are targeting to achieve two strategic goals out of this agreement. The first goal is to attract the investments of international companies, in this case Oracle, to build a very high-level world standard cloud services. And this would be implemented fully by Oracle with having new technologies, the latest technologies on the cloud services, and with achieving the targets of the data residency in Oman. The second goal is to engage the private sector in this project through having this cloud services hosted in one of the cloud services or cloud data centers in Oman.
This project will speed up digital transformation through provision of cloud services using servers infrastructure, storage units, and developed high-speed databases equipped with the latest technology in the field of cloud services, which will ensure safe data protection in the country. Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The Ministry of Health announced 1,318 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number registered in Sultanate to 56,015, including 257 deaths. The Ministry of Health stressed that 36,098 cases have been recovered.
Back to work is a step of hope for the best to come. Here are the instructions that will protect you from coronavirus. Wear masks while leaving your house by following proper procedures. Keep a physical distance of at least 2 meters away from others. Follow the main hygienic procedures of washing or sanitizing hands from time to time. Avoid using elevators as much as possible, and if you have to use it, ensure less number of people to guarantee physical distance from one another. Gatherings at entrances, waiting rooms, offices, meeting halls, and prayer places are forbidden. If you have any symptoms of the disease, immediately contact the bodies concerned specified by the Ministry of Health. By adhering to these instructions, it will assist you in preventing from contracting the COVID-19. Stay safe.
The 10-week National Serological Survey on COVID-19 is launched today, the 12th of July. More details in the following report.
The National Serological Survey of COVID-19 began today with the aim of measuring the prevalence of COVID-19 infection in the society throughout the Sultanate in order to be able to tackle this pandemic of COVID-19. The survey result will be used as an indicator to lift the restrictions and movements and reopen the services in the country. We met with Dr. Saif bin Salim Al-Abri, Director General of Disease Surveillance and Control at the Ministry of Health, and he had this to say.
The National Survey for COVID-19 has been launched today, the 12th of July 2020. The main aim of the project is to look at the prevalence of the disease in the Sultanate of Oman. We are going to do it over the next 10 weeks over 4 stages. Each stage will last for 5 days and then separated by 2 other weeks before the next stage starts. We aim at collecting 5,000 blood samples from people at each stage, with a total of 20,000 people to be involved in the project over the coming 10 weeks. The results of the project will help us a lot in planning the strategic recovery plan for the Sultanate, and also it will help us in deciding about what type of preventive measures to be lifted out. For example, whether it's in the health sector, whether it's in aviation, or whether it's in health education, whether it's in education. At the same time, we are hoping to know about the incidence of the disease across the different governorates within the sultanates, and then across the different wilayats as well, and also across the different age groups of the community and the different nationalities. So this will help us planning for a better future, especially, for example, in selecting new vaccines and about the new targets for the vaccine.
We also asked Dr. Saif about today's procedure, and he had these to say.
So the procedure is that we have provided all governorates with numbers of people which are being selected randomly, and then each governorate from the health institutions, they call people according to the numbers which they have, and also so they ask them, they cross-check with them that they are the right people, and then they advise them to go to the nearest health center or polyclinic for them to fill in a questionnaire, and also for a blood sample to be collected from them. We anticipate that we can do the reports or the analysis of the data within a week from the time of the collection of the samples, and the people will be informed about their results within 5 days from the time the blood sample has been collected.
The success of the study depends on the efforts of all concerned individuals and institutions. We hope all will cooperate in order to achieve the goal of this survey. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
City Camera News Bulletin. Home farming is one of the practices that an individual follow with many benefits. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth signed an agreement to establish, operate and manage the National Veterinary Quarantine of Shrimp Mothers, and signed a contract to invest the plot of land designated for the establishment of the quarantine with Oman Aquaculture Development Company, with an annual capacity of about 16,000 pairs of mothers who are able to produce larvae to be supplied to shrimp culture farms in various locations in the Sultanate. The agreement was signed by His Excellency Engineer Yaqub bin Khalfan al-Busaidi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture for Fisheries Wealth, and Sheikh Nasser bin Sliman al-Harthi, Vice Chairman of the company's Board of Directors. It will be established in the Wilaya of Barka from 3 quarantine units. Each unit can receive 750 of fully developed shrimp, male and female, that will be transferred to the shrimp farm's hatchery for use in spawning, and the hatchery will work with a closed recycling system to recycle seawater, and the hatchery will provide shrimp to all fish farming companies in the Sultanate. The Public Authority for Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Development, RIADA, took a number of measures to support SMEs affected by corona pandemic. The authority said that 73% of the SMEs were affected by the closure of the activities, and 63% of SMEs carrying RIADA cards were fully closed on at that time as precautionary measures of coronavirus spread. RIADA pointed out it will be announcing a number of privileges of RIADA business cards that helps to provide best services and products of these companies. Home farming is one of the practices that an individual follow with many benefits in terms of giving an aesthetic touch to the home. We have a report on that.
The pandemic outbreak of coronavirus that has restricted the movement of the public, resulting in many people develop other areas of activities, such as taking further care of their gardens by growing various types of plants. In this context, many plant nurseries are witnessing large number of people buying different types of plants and seeds for their home gardens. Home farming in the garden in the farm or even on balconies has become a solution that many people depend on in light of the current times. Here at Dr. Abdullah's home garden in Muscat, we received with further information about the home farming.
Home farming has a lot of benefits for those who practicing it. It can give you, for example, self-sufficiency in some food, some vegetables or some fruits that you can grow at your home. Home farming also give you happiness, because this hobby, when you are doing planting trees or vegetables at your home and see them growing in front of you, you feel that you bring life. So you keep you busy every day with something that make you always feel pleasant. Also, home farming give you a beauty in your home because of the greenish and also the flowers, different flowers you can grow at your home. And also it will clean your environment, bring you oxygen, remove dust from the air.
Home farming is one of the practices that accrue to the individual, with many benefits in terms of giving an aesthetic touch to the home, obtaining a safe and healthy product, and reducing the greenhouse effects. The gardening and caring for plants leads to improve the mood and reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and stress, as walking in home farming is a good exercise for the body.
You can grow different type of fruits, for example, different kind of dates, different kind of limes, orange, different type of mango. You can also grow different type of vegetables like, for example, tomato, like green salad.
In the cities, usually there are no enough spaces for farming. However, containers are solving this. One of the great things about container gardening is the ability to grow many vegetables and many varieties of fruit, given the right conditions and space enough for an appropriately sized container. While people are staying home as one of the preventive measures aimed at slowing the spread of the coronavirus, gardening is taken as one of the excellent activities to maintain a healthy style due to some of the physical exercises carried out by an individual. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan and his son have tested positive for the coronavirus and are hospitalized with mild symptoms in Mumbai. The Nanavati Super Speciality Hospital said that Amitabh Bachchan is stable with mild symptoms and is currently admitted in an isolated unit. 77-year-old Bachchan said that he tested positive and appealed to those who are in close proximity to him in the past 10 days to get themselves tested. His 44-year-old son, Abhishek Bachchan, tweeted later that day that he had also tested positive for COVID-19 and was hospitalized. The elder Bachchan has acted in more than 200 Indian films over the past 5 decades. His wife Jaya is also an actress and a one-time member of parliament. Their son Abhishek and daughter-in-law Aishwarya Rai are Bollywood superstars as well. Mumbai, New Delhi, Chennai, Pune and Bangalore are among the Indian cities worst hit by the coronavirus. Today, India's coronavirus case hold reached near 850,000. The UK government announced today it will allocate over £700 million to manage its borders once the country leaves the European Union at the end of the year. Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove said the funding package will pay for a new border control posts and expand the border force staff by an extra 500 people. Gove suggested the measure will allow the UK to have tough and secure borders, which was part of the Leave campaign's message during the EU referendum of 2016. Gove added that the investment would also ensure that businesses relying on cross-border transit can continue as normal by the time the transition period ends on 31st of December 2020. By 1st January 2021, UK will have left single market and the EU customs union.
And also fulfill the promise of taking back control.
Voters in Poland today will decide a tight run-off presidential election between populist incumbent president Andrzej Duda and his liberal pro-European Union challenger, Warsaw Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski. Recent opinion polls show a race so close that it could hinge on the narrow margin of voters, which added urgency to the final days of campaigning in the central EU nation of 38 million people. The election was originally scheduled for May, but was put off amid political wrangling over concerns for public health during the coronavirus pandemic. To date, Poland has 37,000 confirmed infections and almost 1,600 virus-related deaths. Voters must wear masks and gloves, maintain a safe distance, and use hand sanitizers. They can use their own pens to match ballots. Election officials must wear masks and sit apart from each other, and ballot boxes will be regularly disinfected in the well-ventilated polling stations. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we went to tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The State Council office discusses the draft law protecting personal data and complete the e-legislative system. An agreement is signed with Oracle Cloud Data Services Company to build and provide a cloud infrastructure system. And the Ministry of Health announces 1,318 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 as the Sultanate launches the National Serological Survey on COVID-19. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, thanks for your time. Good night.